So, Cathay is my favorite airline, although it doesn't have the best first class or the best business class, and there are definitely airlines with better service and better products on board. I still have this irrational love and attachment to it, and I have no idea why. But that's for the human psychologist to figure out. This is Cathay Pacific Business Class.
Straight to Hong Kong.
Thank you so much. Alright, just got checked in. Now all I have to do is go to TSA and I'll just wait in a lounge. Cathay Pacific has some of the best lounges in the world, but unfortunately they do not operate one here in JFK. Fortunately, they are in the One World Alliance with American Airlines and British Airways, and being business class grants me access to the newly renovated Greenwich Lounge. It is not as luxurious as the Wing or Pier Lounge in Hong Kong, but with free food and drinks, I have nothing to complain about. Upon entering the lounge, there are some panels displaying the New York skyline, although some of them aren't lit up for some reason. Beyond that is the main sitting area with food and drinks. For food, there are simple options like chicken, salmon, pasta dishes, and soups, as well as a salad bar and a selection of cheeses. When it comes to drinks, you can help yourself to regular liquor, red and white wine, and champagne. There is also a smaller, more relaxed room with an actual bar staffed by bartenders. I don't know why, but I found this twig in an empty beer bottle to be really cool for some reason. Oh, and there are of course floor-to-ceiling windows for watching the tarmac. However, the highlight of any lounge is the shower suite, and they are over on the other side of the lounge. The shower suites are pretty simple. There is, well, a shower. After spending the entire day in the city, it was nice to have a shower before the flight, and now I'm just gonna get some food and drinks and tell you how I booked this 15-hour business class flight for only $200.
Okay, it is actually $200 in taxes and fees and 80,000 American Express credit card points, but that is still an amazing value for a seat that would otherwise cost $6,000. Since this is still a new channel, I'm not 100% sure the direction I want this channel to go towards. It is going to be either completely about premium airline seat review, or if there's enough interest, I could branch out on how I managed to book this. So leave a plain emoji down in the comment section below if you're interested and want to learn how to book this flight for yourselves for pennies on the dollar. However, since this does touch on credit cards and personal finance, please be responsible, don't spend more than you should, but otherwise, I'm gonna finish my drink and we head to the gate.
I actually forgot to record some footage of the Airbus A350 when boarding, so here it is after I landed in Hong Kong. I know, not showing the plane before the flight for a flight review is basically illegal. Unsubscribe if you have to. But for those of you who didn't, it's time to board. Alright, let's take a quick look around the seat. On the right, we have the in-flight entertainment controller, seat adjustment controls, as well as a reading light. Here, there's a little cubby hole that contains a mirror, an amenity kit, a bottle of water, and noise-cancelling headphones. The tray table swivels out from under here, and you can use it as a small drink table or unfold it to its full size. I don't have a banana, so here's the menu for scale. Had a bit of trouble putting it back in place. Not sure what's wrong with me and tray tables lately. Here is under the seat, and there is a decent amount of space for the footwell. That bag contains the mattress topper and blankets for when I want to sleep, and here's a storage bin, which I definitely did not forget my camera charger in. On the other side of the seat, we have an armrest that can be pushed down to offer more space, and this part of the seat flops out to add even more space when the seat is in bed mode. And finally, here we have a magazine holder. Overall, it's really nice seating with ample legroom. Moving on to the IFE, it is a 15.5-inch touchscreen monitor. You can control it using the remote control, which is also a touchscreen. There are, of course, numerous shows to watch, and they have divided them into multiple categories for easy searching. I'm just gonna quickly find something to play in the background while I watch the plane take off from JFK. The amenity provided by Benford came in a blue leather pouch and included face mist, lip balm, body lotion, as well as earplugs, toothbrush, toothpaste, and a mouthwash. The eye mask provided was exceptional, even more comfortable than the one I received from Singapore Airlines first class, and I still use it to this day when I go to bed. Dinner service soon began. I started with a Cathay Delight, which is their signature drink. It's a blend of kiwi juice and coconut milk with a mint leaf garnish, and it was incredibly good and refreshing. I enjoyed it with warm mixed nuts as my dinner arrived. I had ordered the spicy wok fried prawns with choy sum and steamed jasmine rice, and it looked amazing. The first thing I did, like any good Asian, was to try the rice because, it's the blank canvas of any Asian dish and it has to be good. Anyway, it was pretty good, but then I bit into a chunk of rice that was really dry and hard. I could think of two ways that could have happened. Either the rice was microwave rice that dried out, or it was rice that was cooked in an actual rice cooker, but it was stuck at the bottom and was overcooked. I couldn't tell the difference between the two, which made me wonder if I couldn't tell the difference between microwave rice and rice cooker rice. Does it really matter? That led to a brief existential crisis lasting about 5 minutes, where I pondered if you can't tell a dream from reality, does it really matter? Does a tree make a sound when it falls? So what if everything is just a shadow on a cave wall? The standard. What brought me back though was the shrimp. If this was a simulation, they really know how to simulate good shrimp. It was savory and juicy and not overcooked, with a hint of sweetness and a bit of spiciness. The choy sum worked really well in soaking up that delicious garlicky sauce. My only complaint? There were only 3 shrimps. Come on, Cathay. You can't make something taste so good and only give me 3 of them. For dessert, I went with the cheese plate and some fresh fruits. It came with a little cube of quince paste, which I haven't had before and found it to be really good. After all that, I still felt a bit peckish. I'm sure it's because they only gave me 3 shrimps. Anyway, I ordered a bowl of shrimp dumpling noodle soup from their all-day menu, meaning I could order it whenever I want throughout the flight. The dumplings were amazing, full of flavor and umami. The noodles were chewy and not mushy at all, and the soup really warmed up my stomach, instantly making me feel much more comfortable. It was time to get some sleep. Since this was only business class, there was no turn-on service, but that didn't matter. With a push of a button, the seat fully reclined, and with a mattress topper and a thick blanket, it became my bed. The bed was slightly on the firmer side, which I didn't mind at all. With the eye mask, the earplugs, and the melatonin, I was ready to get some sleep. After a good 7 hours sleep, the flight attendant woke me up for breakfast. I ordered a cup of Hong Kong milk tea while she brought out my Western breakfast, which I ordered before going to bed. It consisted of scrambled eggs, bacon, roasted tomatoes, a blob of guacamole, along with some pastries and fruits. It definitely wasn't the best breakfast I've had, but eating it thousands of feet in the air while reclining in my business class seat and having a blanket over me doesn't warrant any complaints. I then got another milk tea, settled back into my seat to wake up the rest of my brain while the plane descended into Hong Kong. Considering recent challenges such as the pandemic, the evolving political landscape in Hong Kong, and eternal workers' dissatisfaction, no other major airlines has been hit quite as hard as Cathay Pacific over the past few years. However, it is truly heartening to see how they are actively improving their products and services to regain their former glory. They recently announced a new business class, their Aria Suites, and a new first class, which I'm really excited to try in the future. And maybe one day, just maybe, I can have a straightforward reason as to why Cathay Pacific is my favorite airline. And until then, happy travels.